This is the Cathode Cat, aka Felix. He is a virtual pet that is built on top of a mini CRT TV and a Raspberry Pi 4B. It is based on the Tamagotchi pets of the 1990s. It took heavy inspiration from them. You can interact with it in a variety of different ways. You can touch the sensor on the left to feed the cat, the sensor on the right to pet the cat, and the sensor on the top to activate the microphone so you can speak to the cat. When you speak to the cat, the audio gets sent through Google's API, where it converts your speech into text, and then that text gets sent to a locally running AI model, which processes it and decides which emotion it should respond with. It can feel happiness, sadness, anger, fear, and as we learned today, love.
Hello, I'm Daniel. I was the hardware lead behind Cathode Cat. Now, a lot of what Cathode Cat hardware is this CRT right here, which we got from a random Chinese warehouse off AliExpress. Over the last 12 weeks, I've spent time designing both the case, the wiring behind the CRT, the power cords, how we're powering it, and the actual video encoding itself. I like how hands-on it is. This is the first time in any kind of computer science or tech program where I feel like I've actually learned something rather than taught myself something.
Yes, same for me. In high school, I always struggled with tests and heavy bookwork, but as soon as there was something that I could do hands-on or make some form of big project, that's where I really shined. So coming to ITAS and being able to work completely in a project form where I get to see my creations and my ideas come to life, I love it. I'm happy to come here every day. I very much enjoy my time at ITAS, and I'm excited for the second year.
My name is Zach Jenkins, and my project is the Pyro Tank. Pretty much imagine laser tag, but with some little RC tanks. So we took a little tank kit off of Amazon, we slapped a laser on top, and then now you can just drive it around and shoot at other tanks. My classmates are all amazing. If any of us needed help with a project or just anything, we'd just say, hey, can you give me a hand? Everyone's like, sure. And the instructors, like, they want to see you succeed. They want to help you.
Okay, I am Katrina Gibson. Our project is Grouchy Feline, not to be confused with a grumpy cat. And it is a little robotic cat. When you press his paw, his eyes will light up and he will say something kind of grouchy or he will insult you using some Squidward quotes that I found online. About 12 of them, and it will randomize, and whenever you press it will just choose for you. The program, I think it's very interesting, a lot of hands-on learning. I've learned a lot more than I think I have in the past, and I feel I've done or learned a lot more in this kind of 1 year I've done here than I kind of had my 4 years earlier.
I'm Sam Davis. My project is Weatherwise, and what our project is, it's a AI-generated forecast to help predict the weather on campus, because here in Nanaimo and other places there's a lot of microclimates. So your forecasts for the overall area might be different than the exact area you want to go or are going. So we use a weather station we have on the roof of one of the buildings here on campus, which collects data for us and it sends it to a website called Weather Underground. We can then pull that data from the website Weather Underground and use it to train our AI model. And then when train that model, it will see the patterns and trends in the weather data, and it'll be able to generate a forecast. And then, we display that forecast on our webpage, which anyone can simply visit. And you can see a daily forecast, an hourly forecast, or a weekly forecast. I really enjoyed learning how to collect data from the website and also use the AI model to generate a forecast. I never really worked with AI before. So, while that was fun, it was also part of a lot of the challenges. Was the AI models can be very particular about how they receive the data in our code. So I'd have to write code to make sure that when we collect the data, it's in a format the AI model can use. I think this program is great for getting hands-on experience. In lots of other programs, I find you're just writing a lot of code and you can't really see the application of it. But here you have a lot of projects and assignments that are very real world. And we're using things that are currently being used in industry. The course is constantly changing to update you on things that current companies are using. And I think it's just a great way to prepare you for industry. And it's just it's like a cohort. Everyone's a team. You're all working together. It's just a great community to be a part of.
Yeah, so my name is Jay, and my project is NaviCane. It's an obstacle detection cane that's used when anything passes in front to give haptic feedback here in the handle that there's an obstacle in the way. I like the whole part of it. It was learning the programming for it, how everything kind of gets put together. It really was a fun project, start to finish. Why it's important to me is I actually use a cane to move around. And that's a new development in my life. It's only been the last 3 years. So new areas, I'm not from Nanaimo, I'm from Courtenay. So moving in around Nanaimo, I don't know the area that well. So my focus is up, not down in front of me. And it being a new injury, my brain hasn't rewired itself to be as careful as maybe I should. So this gives me that extra sense to know that my focus needs to drop instead of looking at the squirrels or the rabbits running through the field, which I tend to do a lot. This program is great in the projects and the labs that you do are actually real world things that I've done in the past or that I know have been done in industry in the past. And that's how we get to learn.
So my name's Kristen Murphy. I worked on the sorting hat project. So it is a crocheted hat, very similar to the one I'm wearing, that has a speaker in the top. And it connects to a Raspberry Pi that does a Python quiz that sorts you into a specific Harry Potter house. And then will send a signal to the speaker in the hat that then tells you what house you're in. So it kind of mimics the magic of being a first-year student at Hogwarts, where you have the hat that's speaking to you in your ears and whispering and all the things where you know what the quiz is, but no one else does until the hat speaks out your house. Yeah, so I really enjoyed making the hat itself. I'm the one that crocheted it. So I had a really fun time with that. I also have spent a lot of time modeling all the 3D components because we 3D printed cases for our screen. So I was the one that worked on most of the hardware, so I found that really fun. But that was also our biggest challenge, was how long I spent modeling. I tried 3 different iterations of like a pie case and how to get the screen incorporated. And that took me probably 35, 40 hours of just modeling time. Oh, I love this program. I think the best part about this program is the instructors. They are so knowledgeable. They do everything they can to help you. They are very supportive and are understanding that this is a tough course. It does a really great job of preparing everybody for the field. Everything is hands-on projects and not so much theory and passing certifications. Although a certification is really nice to have and it's a great piece of paper to add to your resume, there's nothing better than actually knowing how to troubleshoot.